an hour. Mo kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káàsán, ẹ dẹ̀ kúrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ káàsán, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ káàárọ̀, because different time zone ni olúkálùkù wa wà níbi tí ọba Elédùmarè ní ká máa wà. Mo kí wa pé ṣe dáadáa ni àtúbára wa. Èní ní ọjọ́ kẹjọ nínú oṣù karùn-ún, ìyẹn ọdún 2024. Àní pẹ́ lórí ètò yìí kákọ́ update lórí bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ lọ́tùn lósì ní gbogbo Nàìjíríà. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́, àbáwọn ìyá wa, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa tí ẹ̀ ń bẹ nínú ọjà ilé epo, àbáyín kẹ́dùn, and we pray that lágbára Ọlọ́run àwọn governors tó jẹ́ governor wa láti Ògùn àti Lagos State wá ṣe gbogbo ohun tó tọ́ tó yẹ láti lè fi ṣe ìdáàbòbò fún àwọn èèyàn wa ní inú àwọn ọjà tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Saying that, mo rọ̀ gbogbo wa pé bí gbogbo wa bá ṣe ń rántí pé lóòótọ́ ó lè má kàn wọ́ directly, bó jẹ́ ká máa rántí pé àwọn èèyàn wa náà ni wọ́n wà affected láwọn ọjà tí à ń sọ yìí. Àwa ń rọ ìjọba Èkó àti ìjọba Nàìjíríà kó jọ̀ọ́ kó dákun kó bá wa túbọ̀ ṣe gbogbo ohun tó tọ́ àti ohun tó yẹ láti lè ṣe ìdáàbòbò fáwọn èèyàn wa ní inú ọjà náà. Torí pé tí ẹ bá ti wo fọ́nrán tí àwọn ọmọ wa lọ ṣe lénìí nínú ọjà yẹn, nínú ọjà, ẹ rí pé ìbẹ̀rù ṣì wà látara àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n ń tajà ní ilé epo market. Mo wá ń rọ Governor Sanwó-Olú kó bá wa gbé ìgbésẹ̀ kó má pẹ́ púpọ̀ láti lè bá wa ṣe gbogbo ohun tó tọ́ láti lè fi ìdáàbòbò tó pé tó yẹ fáwọn èèyàn wa ní ilé epo market. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, gbogbo àwọn tó ṣì ń bẹ ní ilé ìwòsàn, abẹ ọba Elédùmarè kó jọ̀ọ́ kó dákun nínú ọlẹ́ kó bá yín dá àlàáfíà padà sí gbogbo oríkìríkì ara yín. Nítorí pé bí a ti ṣe gbọ́ nínú fídíò tí àwọn Koikimedia team lọ ṣe ní ilé epo lénìí, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọ́n rìnrìn àjò náà. Torí a gbọ́dọ̀ fi àwọn èèyàn wa sílẹ̀ látara pé bí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ bá ṣẹlẹ̀, a gbọ́dọ̀ continue láti highlight ẹ̀ láti lè máa fi ṣe ìdáàbò tó pé tó yẹ fún àwọn èèyàn wa, torí iṣẹ́ tí mi wà fún náà nìyẹn. Mo wá ń rọ Governor Sanwó-Olú kó bá wa fi security post sí ilé epo market to protect the innocent lives of our people that are trading in that market. Torí pé most of them nísìn, bí report tó wá sórí desk wa ni pé they are worried and concerned, and they are probably likely not to stay in the market up to 4 o'clock. Ọjà táwọn èèyàn ń sùn, ọjà táwọn èèyàn ti ń ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tó wá di pé wọ́n ò lè gbé nínú ọjà yẹn mọ́ láti tajà. Ẹ rí pé ọjà náà gan fúnra rẹ̀ ó wà very, very scanty. Like I said, this is just a very short update. It's not a long broadcast, and hopefully it will end before 5 or probably 5 o'clock. So we hope that our governor would do the needful to protect the people that are still trading nílé epo. I've just managed to watch the video myself, and it's very pathetic and sad that nínú ilẹ̀ Yoruba, our people are now more scared and worried which is the reason why our Shinwa concern ahead of time. The way things are currently, it is going to be a disaster if we all sit back and do nothing. But we hope that something will be done and our people will be protected. There is no point tí àwọn èèyàn bá ń lọ sọ́jà tí wọ́n ń bẹ̀rù látara pé there might be an attack or reprisal. Many of our mothers, how are you? Can you go upstairs and check something upstairs? Keep an eye. Many of àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n lose a lot of resources. Like I said, we hope that they will be compensated for their loss at the Ilepo market, which is one of the biggest markets that support that community. It shows from in that there's always a threat. Don't face one. Everybody can see that threat. But we are people that complain, but it seems that the complaint is not reaching the authority. Because tó bá jẹ́ pé ìjọba Èkó gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti monitor àwọn tó wà ní bólà yẹn, irú kí ni wọ́n ń ṣe nínú bólà, irú àwọn èèyàn wo ló wà nínú bólà, àti pé kí ni responsibility government láti protect àwọn tó bẹ nínú ọjà ilé epo against àwọn tí wọ́n ní àwọn náà ń tajà níbẹ̀ tó pera wọn ní Fúlàní àti Haúsá. Security is a very important thing, and anything can erupt. What happened in last week Wednesday, which was about night time, that reflected back to many people losing their livelihood in Tofin Je, Tofin Mu, Tofin Shikarakata, to the power you lose 5 million, 40 million, and even 8 people were killed from the àwọn tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nínú fídíò yẹn. Ẹ rí pé wọ́n ní èèyàn mẹ́rùn kú nínú ọjà yẹn, òkú mẹ́ta wà níta, and àwọn kan ṣì wà lọ́spítù. Kódà ara àwọn tí wọ́n bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ nínú fọ́nrán tí àwọn Koikimedia team lọ ní èdè pé àwọn kan orí wọn ṣì wà, with bandage, and they are still being taken care of. It shows that the threat level that is sọ láti bí ọdún mẹ́ta is growing. Tẹ́ bá rántí pé during the COVID in 2020, when the whole world was locking down, UK, Australia, the whole world was complete lockdown. Ẹ rí pé àwọn northerners nígbà yẹn làwọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí move àwọn èèyàn wá sísàlẹ̀. And there was a lot of people that were surprised. We are in the COVID. Tí kò jẹ́ kó sí any kind of movement. There should be a restriction to goods and movement of people. But time here làwọn move. And apart from that, they've always been moving. We've seen numbers of them being stopped by patrol team, by Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, and tó bá go through àwọn nǹkan tó náà ń kó bọ̀ pé àwọn fi wá tajà ní Southwest. Bóyá fẹ́ wá ta ẹran ni, wọ́n fẹ́ wá ta their perishable goods or some other products or produce tó ń gbé bọ̀. By the time tó bá wọnú àwọn truck wọn yẹn, they are always more to what the eyes can see. Àwọn kankan wà tí wọ́n máa ń bá pàdé nínú àwọn trucks wọn yẹn tí kò reflect pé nǹkan báyìí ló fi wá tà ní Southwest. Wọ́n máa ń rí ìbọn. Wọ́n máa tún wá rí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n wá yẹn, because àwọn èèyàn dá Hausa mọ̀, wọ́n dá àwọn tó ń bọ̀ láti Chad mọ̀ àti other West African countries. So literally between 2015 tí Buhari wọlé, ó ṣí border, ó allow irú wa ògiri wa tí a lè identify ta lẹni yìí gangan àti pé irú èèyàn wo ni wọ́n. And in a society tí ẹ bá ti lè identify àwọn èèyàn, it is a threat to the people. And intari tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nílé epo tó di ọ̀sẹ̀ kan lénìí, lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo bá yín kẹ́dùn ẹ̀yin brothers wa, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń tajà. Mo mọ̀ pé àwọn kan tún béèrè pé ẹ má kámẹ́rà wa. Look, we are there for the purpose of highlighting the problem. Túra ọmọ Yorùbá kan tó tún sọ̀rọ̀ lábẹ́ pé kán má fídíò, kán má ṣe kinní kan. Yín ní ọ̀rọ̀ kan, tá bá dẹ̀ bá yín pariwo síta náà níjọba máa gbọ́. Wá lè mọ̀ pé ó ń tà wá àkókò ní business nínú ilé epo. We are thousands of miles away, but we are concerned because in tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, àríbọ́ ṣe jó ọjà ṣáṣá. We are concerned. So ẹjọ́ tá bá ní káwọn mídíà jáde kó wá bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. A dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn bàbá lọ́jà, àwọn ìyá lọ́jà tí wọ́n gbà wá láyè, tí wọ́n present àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn fún wa. But láàrin ọjà, we still have the pocket of people that tẹ́ bá ti ráwọn mídíà tó wá, ẹ máa ní hyper. Àwọn tó ń dà yín láàmú, ẹ lọ hyper sí wọn. Àwọn tó ń ṣe bí fún yín, àwọn tó ń ṣèkà fún yín, àwọn tó ń da inú ọjà rú, táwa torí ẹ̀ wá pé ká gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu yín. So mo rọ̀ yín, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń lé, like I always say, àwa kọ́ ni kẹ́ kó anger yín wá bá. Àwa kúkú kọ́ la jó ọjà, àwa kọ́ la da ọjà rú, àwa dẹ̀ kọ́ la kó àwọn jàǹdùkú síbẹ̀. Ìjọba ló lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti wo láàrin ọjà, ta ni jàǹdùkú, ta ni olè, ta ló fẹ́ da ọjà rú láti lè gbé ìgbésẹ̀. So that is just on that. Then bí ọjà yẹn náà la ṣe wà lórí ẹ̀, ìyẹn ọjà ilé epo tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ní ọ̀sẹ̀ kan lénìí. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí a bá yín kẹ́dùn, and gbogbo àwọn tó ṣì wà nílé ìwòsàn, ọba Elédùmarè àti ti Jésù àti tànábì á dá gbogbo nǹkan yín tí ó sọnù, gbogbo ibi tí ó rẹ bọ́dì sí, àgọ́ ara yín, ẹ̀jẹ̀ ara yín á padà sí bó ṣe wà. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ jẹ́ kó yé wa pé wọ́n ṣaláìsí, because èèyàn 8 gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn màmá yẹn ṣe sọ fún wa ni ó kú nínú ọjà náà. K'Ọlọ́run jọ̀ọ́ kó bá wa tẹ́ wọn sáfẹ́fẹ́ rere. Ìyẹn mo ṣe máa ń sọ pé Nàìjíríà ni ikú gbóná ló máa ń wá ń báyàn nígbà tó expect due to one reason or the other. So lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí a bá yín kẹ́dùn, and we will be back again hopefully in some months láti make sure pé the market, the security tí ẹ béèrè, tí a dẹ̀ highlight pẹ̀lú Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu àti Commissioner for Police Lagos State, láti dákun bá wa lọ sí ọjà ilé epo àti gbogbo àwọn ọjà tó ń bẹ káàkiri nílùú Èkó, láti fi ààbò tó pé tó yẹ fáwọn tí wọ́n ń gbé nínú tó ń tajà àtàwọn tó ń ṣòwò, kí a má lè rí irú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nílé epo. Is a disaster and also is a crime against the Yoruba people. Ìkọ̀kan wà tí mo pick lára táwọn màmá yẹn sọ tó shock me díẹ̀, òun ni pé a máa ń sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ wa. Èmi rò pé bóyá àwọn kan máa ń rò pé bóyá we are making this up látara pé we don't just want to have people living with us or engaging with us. When those that are watching us hear all the time that we keep saying that they are planning to take our territory. Baba Akintoye sọ multiple times, ó wà nínú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn nǹkan tí a fi ń ṣe program ta fi ń lára wa ní láti ní understanding láti lè ní better clarity lórí ìdí tí àwa ṣe ń sọ pé ó better kí olúkálukú máa ṣe tiẹ̀ ká fi Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀. Nàìjíríà ò lè fún wa ní nǹkan tá a fẹ́, ó kọ̀ máa fún wa ní setback and but tá a bá ń sọ nígbà yẹn ó máa ń dàbí pé àsọdùn òun là ń sọ. Ṣe làwọn èèyàn wa máa ń ní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílùú òyìnbó ẹ má dá wàhálà lẹ̀ sí Nàìjíríà nígbà tẹ́ ẹ̀ sí nílé, kí lẹ fi ń fa àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ̀ ń gbé jáde. Ó wà important pé kẹ́ ẹ máa ṣọ́ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yín sọ. And a mọ̀ pé àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ yẹn tí kò bá sí fact àti evidence a ní máa jáde láti máa sọ, a ní kọ́ máa make it up because kí la fẹ́ gain nínú pé torí àsí nínú Nàìjíríà ká wá máa sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó lè máa da ìlú rú àbí kí ó da àjọṣepọ̀ àwọn tí a ní àjọ ń gbé. But àwọn tí a ní àjọ ń gbé yìí kí ni relationship tí wọ́n ní pẹ̀lú wa àti pé ṣé relationship yẹn ṣé ó dán mọ́rán àti pé ṣé relationship yẹn ẹ má bínú mo ń try láti tó ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta tí mo ti ka kinní yẹn so mo mọ̀ bí tí part one ẹ wà but we can just pick it. Ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta tí a ti ń mẹ́nubà pé àwọn ẹ̀yà kan wà their job is to take our territory and our land, and if we are not speaking out could start one day and we might lose that territory through their violent ways. Because they are violent people, everybody knows that, and they've been always violent against our people. And violence here, ó ti wà nínú bloodstream wọn, kò ń ṣe lẹ́nìí. They've always been violent against the innocent Yoruba people, and that's the beginning. Yeah, they have always been violent on us, and if we are keeping quiet, that we are not doing anything, we are likely to get to a situation that they are producing more and they are coming down to the southwest in large numbers. If we say, Tabani kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀, pé wọ́n ní gbalẹ̀, Koiki kò likely pọ̀ máa gbalẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ lọ gbọ́ fídíò tí àwọn ọmọ wa produce lénìí. I don't know if I can bring that into the conversation, but tá bá gbé wá, but a ti produce video yẹn, ó ti wà lórí gbogbo channels wa, from the YouTube to the Facebook. You can always go back and listen. Mọ́mí wa kan sọ̀rọ̀ ní àárín fídíò yẹn. Wọ́n ní àníyàn wọn tá à ń sọ yìí, òun ni pé wọ́n fẹ́ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́, wọ́n fẹ́ gba ọjà yẹn mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́. And
so Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
And that for me is a big blow that these people táwa ń rò pé èèyàn ni wọ́n, nígbà tó bá di pé wọ́n gba ọjà kúrò lọ́wọ́ àwọn ìyá wa yìí tí wọ́n take over ilé epo, ṣe mọ̀ pé that is going to be the same process bó ṣe máa gba àwọn other areas. Ẹ lè ní kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ Koiki, it's just all this cannot happen. they are coming in their thousands into Southwest on a weekly basis. Oh my God, what's that? Like weekly. And they are coming in large numbers. And the more Toban Posse, the more they would one day take control of Ondo State, Ogun State, and other areas. She'll sort it out, okay? She'll sort it out. And we'll not try to bounce some fishing toba fishing. So, hopefully, Facebook,
ilé pọjà tó rẹ̀ láti sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ọlọ́wọ̀n ní kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nínú ẹ̀mọ́ nǹkan tó ní ìdí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ní security tí náà bá ṣe wáyé ọkọ̀ balẹ̀ rárá ọkọ̀ balẹ̀ a lè rìn a lè sùn kó ẹ̀kú wa ní o a ní ìdí security ó wà very important security ní kókó ó bá wọn kó sójà wá síbí báyìí pẹ̀lú ọmọ tank nǹkan tá a nídìí nìyẹn gbogbo nǹkan tó lọ sí lọ àníṣòfò ẹ̀.
Okay, ẹ̀gbọ́n tí a yẹn sọ, wọ́n ní I need the security. Kọ́kọ́ sójà wá, kọ́kọ́ amọ̀ tanki wá. It shows that the situation cannot be curtailed by the Nigerian police. And most of those that have been kidnapped or attacked within the Southwest, there's always something that one man sọ fún wa tó bá jáde, àwọn tó bá survivor anyway. Wọ́n máa ní àwọn Fúlàní tí wọ́n jiyàn gbé, they are so confident that no security within the Southwest or Nigeria, whether it's the Nigerian army, the police, the Navy, can really take them out. So something is giving them this confidence. Ṣẹ̀rá àwọn tó wà nínú igbó àtàwọn tó wà ní bólà yẹn, they are operating together. Táwọn tó wà nínú igbó bá jiyín gbé tán tó gba ransom, àwọn tó wà ní bólà yẹn, àwọn ni wọ́n bá wọn move owó yẹn within back to Southwest from wherever the money is moving to, because we know that terrorism money is circulating. Wọ́n máa need láti ra mọ́ ìbọn, wọ́n send owó yẹn lọ síbi tó ti máa rà á, wọ́n kó bọ́ yẹn wọlé pẹ̀lú ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀, ìrẹsì, ẹ̀wà tó ń kó bọ̀ láti north. And remember that we have a porous border in the north. So àwọn tó bá ti gba owó yẹn tẹ́yìn rò pé they are traders tó wà láàrin ọjà pẹ̀lú yín, àwọn tó ń jíyàn gbé ló máa kówó fáwọn tó wà nínú ọjà, àwọn tó wà nínú ọjà ló máa padà lọ sí Chad and the rest of the borders and buy weapons and bring it back. And apart from the fact that agbọ́n nínú fídíò ẹ̀ náà pé they were releasing a lot of firepower, that means pé wọ́n níbọn nínú ọjà yẹn, àwọn Fúlàní tá à ń sọ yìí. But the concern of these our mothers tó ń tajà nílé epo ni pé Mr. Koiki, ẹ bá wa gbóhùn sókè pé kí wọ́n jọ kó bá wa fi security tó pọ̀ sínú ọjà yẹn. Like I said, the full video is on X, the 2 YouTube, and I've also posted it on the last Facebook, that you can all go. And it is important that you take your time and go and watch this video. Sherry, I have sat down before I came online and I've been able to watch the video and do some analysis on it, and this is the reason why share Tabani Konishele
Yoruba self-determination movement updated articles of association background following the resolve
of things I was doing. Let's leave that for now. Tabani Konishele, but kí ló lè fà tí àwọn ìyàwó ẹ̀ wá make a lot of complaint pé security gangan ló matter. Ìlú tí security ẹ̀ bá ti collapse, tí the security architect cannot be defended, kò kí ṣe country mọ́. Not to scare you, and I'm going to bring it back to UK. I told you last week, and I'll still say because nothing has changed yet when it comes to the insecurity. The insecurity within the UK. We are currently in substantial. That is the security level. The one in UK, and what that means is that there is likely, how you doing? There is likely an attack in the UK by those that wants to create havoc, because iṣẹ́ àwọn terrorists ni pé kó create pain àti havoc ní gbogbo ibi tí wọ́n bá ti create. Pain àti havoc ni àwọn terrorists yẹn create ní ilé epo, ọjà ilé epo ìyẹn ní last week. And if care is not taken, tí gbogbo wa kàn wò pé ṣebí ilé epo ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀, èmi ò kúkú gbé lọ́nà ilé epo, Sùúrùlérè lèmi ń gbé, ibi báyìí lèmi ń gbé. The same thing tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilé epo yẹn pẹ̀lú àwọn tó wà ní Ebola yẹn. They are already around us. They are staying with us. They are living with us. They are also threat to us. But because most people can see the threat, yet we expect our governors to tackle it. But Governor Sanwo-Olu is more concerned about shipping Yoruba people back to Osun State. Ìyẹn ni ó wà concerned. But àwọn tó wà ní ilé epo, ọjà ilé epo tí wọ́n ń pààyàn mẹ́jọ tó ṣàwọn èèyàn léṣe. Bàbá kan ní tó bá estimate the damage and the cost of what happened a week ago, it's close to about 500 million naira. Remember that we're talking about traders that have money that have been borrowed, that have money that they are using to produce, buying and selling in a very tight economy as we know in Nigeria today. So to lose that substantial amount of money within 24, 48 hours for the negligence of every one of us, because while we were shouting, there is insecurity in Yoruba land, the Yoruba people that disagree with us because their views are like we are just troublemakers and we are creating too much tension from outside Nigeria. It has now been confirmed that these people have been living with them for some time now, at least close to 4 years, more than 4 years. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀, ó náà ti wà láàrin òun ti wà nínú ọjà anything láti 1988. So it shows that the market is not a new market. It's a very, very old market that is serving the community tó wà ní agbègbè yẹn. But the fact that we have all slept and allowed infidels, our infiltrators, our criminal terrorists to perpetrate through the Buhari agenda by opening the borders and allow terrorists to come into the country. And that will quickly take me to why we are saying that in the interest of everybody now, into a discourse, àwọn olóṣèlú, aráàlú, is Nigeria needs now the courage to dissolve peacefully, to avoid people that you cannot know what their next agenda is. In 1,000 years from today, you cannot change the mindset of a Fulani man because their agenda is different. Ẹ jẹ́ ká túbọ̀ gbọ́ díẹ̀ nípa tí àwọn ìyá yìí sọ.
For wọn lọ́wọ́ báyìí o torí láwọn tún ṣì fẹ́ já ìké àdẹ̀lẹ́nì kan àní kọ̀ọ̀kan ìjọba lágbójúlé kọ́ ẹ̀kú wa security ẹ̀mí wa ló ṣe kókó kọ́ bá wa kó sójà wá sí ibà pẹ̀lú amọ̀ tank.
ẹjọ́ ìyá wa ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣírò ẹ̀ ti máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀.
ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n eléyìí àrírú ẹ̀rí o àrírú ẹ̀rí wọ́n rẹ́dí láti gbẹ̀mí wa gidi gan ní báyìí yorùbá ló dárò lọ́rùn wa wọ́n fẹ́ pa wá gidi.
ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí yàn yẹn sọ mẹ́ẹ̀. This has been happening, but díẹ̀díẹ̀. Now, èyí tó wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní last week yẹn, do you know the one that is coming again? You might say, Koiki, nothing is going to happen in Jesus' name. It's fine. I am not here to argue with anybody. But one of things ṣẹlẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. So that shows that this video is going to be just 1 hour, and I'm looking at the time. At 30 minutes. And I think I should jump to the next conversation. But this is very important, and it is important that we highlight it, because I'm doing some other things there and I'm very busy. Let's come to this. The British essentially placed a death sentence on Nigeria. The Fulani were one of Nigeria's smallest people. But do you know that they are becoming huge in numbers? Fulani is a very small ethnic indigenous people. But today, they are even proving to us that even though our Yoruba, the reason why they are becoming very powerful is because the power was given to them by the British as we were heading into this independence that we never got. Let me repeat that again. The British essentially placed a death sentence on Nigeria. That is a very powerful word. Àwọn Britain wọ́n gbé ikú lé Nigeria lórí. Wọ́n sentence in Nigeria. Ẹ má bínú pé mo nílé máa dárúkọ gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ ń wọlé, bọ́ mo kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káàsán ní gbogbo ibi tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ẹ dẹ̀ káàárọ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe wà ní America, Canada, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní China àtàwọn ìlú tó kù, ẹ káalẹ́. The British essentially placed a death sentence on Nigeria. The Fulani were one of Nigeria's smallest people. They are just about 6 million in the northern region. Were a non-indigenous people. They had no homeland in Nigeria or anywhere. They were part of a Fulani people that are scattered all over West Africa. The same problem don't create in Yoruba. They created it across West Africa, from Ghana to Togo to Sierra Leone. If you go in those countries, they've done more damage to the people that are living in those countries. They are scattered all over West Africa. Consisted mostly of nomadic cattle herders. Were the least educated people in Nigeria. But lẹ́yìn nísìn aláwọn Yorùbá tó kàwé dáadáa tó bá sọ fún wọn pé ẹ ṣe jẹ́ ká pull out kúrò ní Nigeria wá nínú ẹ jẹ́ ká keep Nigeria. Maybe they are gaining something that we don't know in Nigeria. These are the least educated people. At least the people in the Southeast are well educated as well. The people in the Middle Belt are well educated. But these particular Fulani, they are the least educated people in Nigeria and the least delirious of modern education. Anything education, they are not interested in it. Boko Haram, say no to education. They are not interested in anything that can propel a better future. Kataja, kata, karakata, that is what we have been known for as Yoruba people for thousands of years. Kí Portuguese tó dé, Latin taja, Latin bára taja, kódà ìgbà yẹn a tẹ̀ ń fi owó taja. Trade by barter, ìwọ gbélé wá kí ìwọ gba ilé. Àwọn òyìnbó ló dé lọ́dà gbogbo ẹ̀rú ló di pé lọ gbé currency dé ká máa fi owó ṣe trade by barter. Láyé àtijọ́, it's not how it is done. Èmi níṣu, ó yẹ ẹ fún mi lẹ́yìn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, ẹ fún mi ládìyẹ, ẹ gba màálù. That has, be careful pẹ̀lú machine mi o. Can you move it for me, please? Thank you. Because ìgbà táwọn òyìnbó dé, àwọn òyìnbó Portuguese in the 15th century, they met a well-organized, structured Yoruba people that are far ahead. And that is why, if I come back out to page 1 of Nigeria Needs the Courage to Dissolve Peacefully, at independence in 1960, Nigeria was truly the economic giant and the hope of Africa. But that hope and that giant, àwa Yorùbá ló ń sọ. Àwa ìran Yorùbá, ìran ọmọ aládé ògo adúláwọ̀. And when you look at the Yoruba anthem, Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Òun làwọn ìyá tó ń tajà yìí. But ìran kan wá dé, ó ní àwọn ò ní jẹ́ kí ògo yín kó jáde. Àwọn máa make sure pé ògo yẹn kò ṣe pé kò ní jáde. We will see Anthony Joshua, our beautiful Davido, we love him, we appreciate him. Whiskey was in London, I think in Wembley, make a lot of money. They are doing well. Tiwa Savage, Tenny, the musician, our actresses, our actors, our elite. But ògo adúláwọ̀ yẹn kò jáde fún gbogbo wa. It is just the small percentage of Yoruba people. But in reality, ògo adúláwọ̀ yẹn should be us, reflecting into Africa and Europe and the 7 continents of the world today. But an average Yoruba man is saying to me, shut up, Koiki. You can't sit in London and be telling us rubbish when Nigeria is created by God and we should fix it. But the Welsh people that are 3 million, the Scottish people that are not up to 6 million, not even up to the population of the Fulani that are creating havoc in Yoruba land. Maurice sister mi, Abirin Akekanju Arewa, she's listening to me right now. She posted something on her X. None of you are not on X. I don't know why. We need many Yoruba people to be on the X, which is known as Twitter. Latima retweet and follow people that are bringing out a lot of information because it's not easy. We've done 38 minutes. Easy. This is not where we should be. But you come up, share research. How do we do this? How do you do that? Stay to ekawa nile ayewa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ògo adúláwọ̀, but a ṣì wà níbi tí Fúlàní lọ́n attack àwọn ìyá wa nínú ọjà because ààrí security fún wọn. Do you think that UK are sleeping when, according to the MI5, I'm on the MI5 website, www.mi5.gov.uk/threat and advice/terrorism/.threat level. Èmi ò rò pé MI5 wọ́n pe Jésù, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń pe Ànábì. Tó bá tẹ̀ máa lò, they are using human capacity to deal with the threat level that is currently in UK, which is substantial. SUBSTANTIAL. Sarah Uniform Bravo Sarah Tango Alpha November Tango India Alpha Lima. UK is currently in substantial. There is 5 threat level in UK. There is low, there is moderate, there is substantial, there is severe, and there is critical. But we are at number 3. And what that means is an attack is likely. So that means that the UK government expect to keep us up to date. That kódà tí bá jáde láti sàkàlẹ̀ inú ilé mi, tí bá rí nǹkan tí mo rí tẹ́lẹ̀ rí, the job is to call the police. And it is the responsibility of the security from the police to come out within 10 minutes maximum, because they have a time frame that they have to arrive. You call the 999. Hello, how can we help you? Fire, ambulance, or police? Ewulofembe, police. What is the problem? I believe or I suspect that there are people living here that I am not too sure that there is something not right. I might be wrong. Then it is the job of the police, the security, to come out and investigate it, which is what a Yoruba country is asking for. This is what we are saying, that if security has visited this Ile-Epo market that have been crying out, that have been complaining about certain things that we expected the security to have looked into. But since we don't have security, many of you have been deceived that there is a state police that is coming. That is not going to happen. Leave it. State police is never going to happen, because for a state police to happen, you need to change the constitution. You need to bring down these fraudulent 1999 constitution that the current administration is using, and it is not going to work. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ díẹ̀ sí nǹkan táwọn ìyá yẹn sọ.
Ọlọ́wọ́ fẹ́ wá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, nǹkan tó ṣe nìyẹn. Ọlọ́wọ́ fẹ́ wá nílùú wa, bá ṣe ń bá wa jà lọ́jà yìí o. Ọlọ́wọ́ fẹ́ wá lọ́jà yìí o.
Èrò kan ní pé fẹ́ gba ọjà yìí mọ́.
Wọ́n fẹ́ gbọ́jà mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ ni o. Bá ṣe wá gbọ́ ọkàn wọn ò balẹ̀, akọ̀rin ni, tó bá di fọ́ọ̀sì àṣà.
Eh? Yeah, I'm going to finish soon. That's one problem. We are in big danger, but we are living in denial. Bí ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí ìyá yẹn sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ẹ jẹ́ kí n rewind ẹ̀ díẹ̀. Torí ọmọ yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ láàrin méjì mẹ́rin, ó lè disrupted. Ẹ jẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí ìyá yẹn sọ.
Tó dá wá síbí báyìí, pẹ̀lú ọmọ tank, nǹkan tá a nídìí nìyẹn. Gbogbo nǹkan tó lọ sí lọ àníṣòfò ẹ̀. But now, because wọ́n ti dáadáa kéèsì ẹ̀, inú sì ń bí wọn lọ́wọ́ báyìí o. Lọ́rọ́ náà wọ́n tún sì fẹ́ já again. Àdẹ̀nẹ́ nìkan àní kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ìjọba gbójúlé kọ́ ẹ̀kú wa security ẹ̀mí wa ló ṣe kókó. Ọlọ́wọ́ kó sójà wá síbí báyìí pẹ̀lú ọmọ tank.
Ẹjọ́ ìyá wa, ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣíbẹ̀ ti máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀.
Ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ o, ìbẹ̀lẹ̀ yà àrírú ẹ̀rí o. Àrírú ẹ̀rí, wọ́n rẹ́dí láti gbẹ̀mí wa gidi gan ní báyìí. Yorùbá ló.
Fúlàní rẹ́dì láti gbẹ̀mí ọmọ Yorùbá ní orí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. And some people say we should keep Nigeria and restructure Nigeria. How do you deal with the Fulanis that the British essentially placed a death sentence on Nigeria as a whole? The Fulani were one of the Nigeria's smallest people, only about 6 million in the northern region, were a non-indigenous people, had no homeland in Nigeria or anywhere, were part of a Fulani people scattered all over West Africa, consisted mostly of a nomadic cattle herders, were the least educated people in Nigeria, the least delirious of modern education, were the least capable of leading a modern country along modern lines. Lacking an understanding of the nature of a modern country, the Fulani decided immediately at independence that they were meant to be the new colonial overlords of Nigeria. Nigeria's sad journey thus began through endless falsifications and manipulations of political processes. falsifications of census. The British rigged the first census in Nigeria to favor the North. Destructions of the Federation through centralization of all power and resources control. Destructions of regional and local initiatives in the economy. Attempt to suppress Western education. Prohibition of the teaching of history in Nigerian schools. To rob the indigenous peoples the knowledge of their history, rancor and acrimony. Bluntly rigged and violently protested elections. Inter-people conflicts. Pogroms. Civil war. Religious violence. Fulani use of military force for an attempt to conquer all of Nigeria's indigenous peoples. Serious economic decline. Fulani invitation to other Western African Fulani to come and help conquer Nigeria's indigenous peoples. Fulani attraction of international terrorist groups to help the Fulani conquest. A destructive push to turn Nigeria to a Muslim country by violent, viciously insecurity, rivers of blood, and economic collapse to the now inevitable breakup. That is the country that many of you wants to live in. And I'll leave that, but let me hear the last part of the mother. The last 10 minutes, I'm going to focus on President Tinubu. I'm going to bring the program to an end. As you're coming in and out of the program. Fúlàní sọ fún ọmọ Yorùbá nínú ọjà ilé epo pé àwọn ò fẹ́ wa nínú ọjà. Imagine they have the guts, they have the ability to tell Yoruba people that you are not wanted in your territory. That is what the British created, but essentially placed a death sentence on us. Brothers and sisters, and those of you that are joining us. Àwọn ọmọ mi tún béèrè lọ́wọ́ ìyá yẹn pé wọ́n náà wọ́n fẹ́. How can Fulani tell us that you are not wanted in your land? But Yoruba people that are well educated with all their degrees, well qualified in different walks of life, will tell you that don't worry about all this, Koiki. We can deal with it since we are now in the center. That Tinubu is the president and is going to give us exactly what we want. My question is, we were told that Tinubu has returned back to Nigeria, but something is bringing a red flag. And again, we just hope that it is still a red flag, and hopefully within the next few days, Tinubu will officially be shown on a video for us to see, whether through somebody visiting him or through engagement with the security, that we can see him physically. Because if you're not aware, we are told that Tinubu returned back to Nigeria from his Netherlands and Saudi Arabia. France was not mentioned, so I'm going in accordance with what the presidency is telling us. Nígbà wo ló dé, ní time wo ló wọlé, kí ló dé tí President Tinubu ń wọlé bí olè padà sínú Nigeria? He's the president. He has the right to go to wherever he wants to represent Nigeria in his capacity as the president of Nigeria. But why is he returning back to Nigeria as a thief that is coming back home in the night? And the problem is, for a few days, the rumor is that he has been injected with something. Some even say he died. Some say he's in the vegetable state. All this I don't believe, because there is no evidence to back it. It is just people that are sitting on their computer and probably making this up. Even if people tell they have intelligence that Tinubu died, he has been injected. They haven't given us any evidence to back that. All we are told is that Tinubu is out of the country. He went to Netherlands. From there was a presidential hiccup on the aircraft. He had to charter another flight to Saudi Arabia. Maybe they eventually fixed the presidential jet. I don't know whether that is another way to kill Tinubu, to make sure that anytime he fly in one of those presidential jets, they can kill him. Because I don't trust the Northerners. But the problem we are having now is Tinubu returned back to Nigeria, but there's no video evidence of him arriving at the Abuja airport. And that is sending a signal to many Nigerians. All you need to do is go on the X and read and see the reactions of Nigerians asking that, how the number one citizen of the country return back? Probably maybe he's tired. Maybe he doesn't want too much noise, because even the Senegal president, from what I read, says that anytime he travels or is coming back, he doesn't want too much protocol. No people lining up for him. He just wants to go and do what he needs to do. Maybe Tinubu is also doing that at the moment. And that is why he does not want his video of his return back from Saudi Arabia and Netherlands to be shown to Nigeria. So Emeka assumed that Tinubu is dead. He's alive. It's just that he doesn't want us to know that he's back officially with a video evidence. But NTA has told us that President Tinubu is back in Nigeria, and we will believe what they are saying. But today is Wednesday. Yesterday I said, if Tinubu doesn't return back by end of the week, I will start getting worried and concerned. That has been adjusted, but again, without a full cup of tea. What they've given us is half cup of tea. So Tinubu returned back, no even picture of him coming down on the aircraft. We know that when he was going, there was video, there was picture, there was celebration. But bó ṣe wá wọlé bí olè, tó padà bí olè, òun ni kò tí yé mi. Ó lè yé yín, but kò yé mi. But again, it could just be that he's tired, it's been a long trip, and he just doesn't want too much noise. So today is Wednesday. So we will monitor and see that hopefully before the weekend, one video of Tinubu will just surface, and that will kill all this story that Tinubu has been poisoned and is dead. That would automatically shut that down from those that are putting out these kind of narratives. But should Tinubu not come out with any video by Monday next week, that should then start sending us a signal that something. Okay, somebody said I watched the video. Probably you are the only one watching the video, because nobody have seen the video. And if you say you have watched the video, can you please send us the video so that we can have a copy as well? Because I have been on the X. Even NTA did not show any video. So I don't know what kind of video you've seen. And the one where you say you wash, the wash mean W-A-S-H-E-D. I know it's just that your spelling is wrong. Wash that you put out there is like somebody that is washing clothes. We are talking about watching, to watch, W-A-T-H-C-H. So there's difference between wash. We are not washing Tinubu. We want to see him physically. But if you have seen the video, I can confirm that that video would have circulated on the social media, especially on the X that I have been on since morning, doing my little editing and all sort of work that I do quietly behind the curtains. And maybe I should just do one more check before we go. I've just typed in Tinubu again on the X, even from what we are hearing now, there will be no much camera at the Senate. They are closing up and barring journalists from covering the Senate. Imagine Parliament says that, niri gbogbo tó ń lọ nínú Parliament mọ́. That will send a signal and shivering to the UK citizen. But in Nigeria, Akpabio just said that no more journalists, or probably one or two, will be allowed at the Senate. Welcome to the new APC of Emilokon, the Jagaban of Nigeria. Again, somebody say, why is NTA, an all Tinubu spokesperson, failing to tell Nigerians that Tinubu spent 5 days in France? NTA just told us that President Bola Tinubu returns to Abuja after his trip to the Netherlands and Saudi Arabia. So, anytime only video Tinubu, I am here and I can't say anything that Tinubu returned back with the video evidence. But we know that we are told that Tinubu is back in Nigeria. But by Monday next week, which will give him time to rest, then Monday he should be fully back on his official desk, so that the rumor that Tinubu died or he's been poisoned is in the vegetable state. Even as at this morning, people are saying that he came back as a vegetable state. We know how Yaradua died, and they tried to prevent us from knowing that Yaradua died, that even Obasanjo was asking, Shehu Yaradua, Shotiku Abushiwalaye. We praise not that for Tinubu, but if Tinubu doesn't surface by Monday with the video evidence, with time and something to prove that there is life with him, not any old video that has been dotted and cropped and put together, because the one that Femi Adesina did with Garba Shehu, with Buhari, because it seems that we saw too many double bodies of Buhari while he was in office. Some say he died. I don't have the evidence to prove that. But all I know is that I always use the phrase, Buhari dead or alive. So we hope Tinubu is alive, but the presidency would have to convince and prove that there is still life in the body of the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Anything less than that, the rumors will continue, and don't make it look like you've not heard about it yourself. You have heard about it, but like I said, we just hope that it is not true and Tinubu is still alive. And that's all I can say. Nothing to prove that. This one say, Zaki say, President Tinubu cannot just disappear and appear at will. If he went to Saudi Arabia or Netherlands, it should be reported alongside his reasons for going there and how it went. He's the president, and the presidency holds Nigerians that information. But you are in a country where information is shielded from many of you because you are not what as a citizen. And that is how far we can go this afternoon. It's just like quick update. Ishawa fun lewa fun ile ibiwa kagbega fayere. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ní pé bá ti bẹ̀rù lábí ọmọ ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹjẹ́ ká máa lépa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, and that is how far we can go this afternoon. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the day wherever you are around the world. And those of you back home, we pray for you that you will not fall into the trap of the country called One Nigeria, the zoological country. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Have a very good afternoon. Bye for now. And somebody just says, good afternoon, Mr. Koiki. I saw an old video from the aircraft this morning from Arise. That is an old video. Tinubu, we need to see you officially in the video. Bye for now.